Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Veera Cloud Architect. In this session, we are going to discuss about how to trigger Lambda function using CloudWatch events. So for this example, I'm gonna start or stop EC2 instance using Lambda function when particular action happening in EC2. So here I'm going to have two EC2 instances, and if like one instance is stopping, then I wanted to start the another EC2 instance. So likewise, I'm gonna do vice versa using Lambda function. So I'm gonna have like for this demo, we are going to have two EC2 instances and two Lambda function, and then we are going to have a trigger for those two Lambda functions. Without wasting any time, let me get into the demo. This is my AWS account, and I have two servers running in North Virginia region. So one is in stop stage, another one is running state. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, if the web server 1 is running now, in case if something goes wrong with this and it is going to stopping stage, then I wanted to start the server 2. Okay, and the same way, if the server 2 is going stopping stage, then I wanted to start server 1. For this, I will show you how we can create a Lambda functions. Okay, so before that, we need a IAM role. So let me quickly show a IAM role. I have already created on my previous session, so I will show you what exactly the IAM role having. These are roles, and these are Lambda role. Lambda, if you see here in permission, I have EC2 full access. So like by using this role, I can do anything in EC2 instance. So I'm going to use particularly this role. So the role name is Lambda. Okay, let me quickly create a Lambda functions. Go to search Lambda and you can find this screen. Okay, let me show you once again. Lambda. Create function. I'm gonna do author from scratch. Let me give a name. Start server 2. Okay, I'm gonna give a name like this, and runtime I'm going to use Python 3.9, and then permission I'm gonna use my role. Quickly choose my role, and the role which we have created is Lambda. I'm going to choose that. Okay, that's all. Create function. So my function is created, and first I will show you how we can create a code. So this is my coding area. Like you can select code, and this is my coding area. Here I'm going to replace my code. Okay, so I have a code to start EC2 instance. So I'm giving a Boto3 model, and region we have to specify because this server is in North Virginia region, right? So I will show you once again. This is in North Virginia region. So I have to give US East 1, and then I'm gonna get the server ID. I'm gonna use this server 2. I'm gonna start this server 2. So I'm getting the ID of that, and then let me paste it on my code. Okay, so this is going to be my ID of this. Let me replace it. Okay, so that's all. So once it in this gets the instance ID, and it will stop the EC2 instance. I'm copying the code. Go to Lambda and paste it here. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the test first. We have to create a sample test. I'm not gonna give any input, just save it. So I need to give a name. Start. Okay, that's all. Let me give a save it. That's all, and let me deploy. So my function is deployed successfully. Okay, So now I have to create a event. Okay, before creating event, let me quickly create another lambda function which is going to start the server 2, sorry, server 1. Okay, let me go back. Functions, create function, start server 1. Okay, runtime is again Python 3.9, and I'm gonna use the same role because this role having all the permissions. I'm gonna use this lambda and create function. So I'm gonna copy the server one's ID. Let me copy this EC2 instance ID, and then I'm gonna replace it here. Okay, so now let me replace this code, the coding area. So that's all. Let me test it. Sample test. Start to save it and then deploy. So I have two functions now. One is going to start the server 2 and another one is going to start server 1. Okay, that's all. Now let me go and create CloudWatch event. Actually, recently they have changed CloudWatch events to Event Bridge. Okay, but anyway, I will show you from CloudWatch. Let me go to CloudWatch. Here you can choose events, event rules. So create rule. Okay, so now we can choose the service name. So now I'm going to use the event pattern, right? So I'm going to give an event pattern. Go to service name. Service is going to be EC2 AWS EC2. Okay, let me find it. It's here, EC2, and event type is instant state change notification. Okay, so because if it is stopping, pending and running, all these stages will be there in this event. So EC2 instant state change notification. Let me select that. And is that going to be a common state or specific state? It's going to be specific state. If my server is, let me show you once again. So the server 1 is running now, right? If the server 1 is going to stopping state, I wanted to start this instance. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this ID, and if it is in a running state, sorry, a stopping state, we have to trigger. Okay, so let me copy this ID and come back to CloudWatch. So specific state you can choose, and then it's gonna be stopping stage. Okay, and is that as any instant or specific instant? We need a specific instance. Choose the specific instance option, and then we can place the ID of that instance. Okay, so that's all. Now we can add it. So the ID is added. So that's how we can do it. Okay, so my ID is added. This is my event pattern. So that's all. So everything looks fine. Now, like whenever my EC2 instance, which means this web server EC2 instance is going stopping stage, I'm going to start server 2. For that, I have to add a target. Target is Lambda function. I'm going to trigger a Lambda function, right? So there are two Lambda function. One is to start server 1 and start server 2. So I'm going to give a start server 2. Okay, that's all. Then configure details. This is done. So we need to give a name for this. start 1 I'm giving. That's all saved. So this rule is saved now, and I'm going to create another rule for a server 2. This also same, service EC2, and then type is going to be instant state change notification and specific state, and this is also going to be stopping state. And now we have to give another server's ID. Okay, so earlier we gave this server's ID, right? Now if this server is going on stopping stage, I want to stop this server, which means if the server 2 is going on stopping stage, I wanted to start web server 1. Let me copy this ID and paste it here. Okay, that's all cool. I'm going to add this, and I don't want this, so my ID is added. So now I am ready to have it. Let me go quickly, add a target, add target, select function, and then I'm going to start a server 1. Okay, so that's all. Everything is done now. Give a name, start 2 row. So currently, let me quickly summarize. I have created 2 EC2 instances. One is in running state, another one is stop state. So now if this server is going on stopping stage, it will automatically start the server 2. Same way, if we start the server 2, if we stop the server 2, then it will automatically start the server 1. Okay, so for that we have created 2 Lambda functions. One is start server 1 and another one is start server 2, and then we have 2 roles to activate this. So the trigger is CloudWatch events. So now let me go. I'm gonna stop the server 1 purposely, then it will run the server 2. Let me quickly confirm this deployed. Yes, it is deployed. Okay, fine. So now let me go back EC2. I'm gonna to test this, I'm gonna stop the server, instance state, stop instance. Okay, so now it is going to stopping stage. Then what will happen? Automatically this server has to start. Let me refresh the screen. Yes, it is going on pending. So usually it will start from pending and then it will be started, right? So that's how we can do the automation. Okay, so now let me wait for some more time. So once this one is become started, I'm going to show you to stop this one, and I'm going to start this server. Let me quickly show you in few minutes. Yeah, now it went to running state, right? Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to stop this server, and if you stop this server, the server 1, web server 1 will start. Okay, stop instance. Now it is going on stopping stage. Then what does it mean? It's gonna trigger this server to start. Let's refresh. See, now this server is in pending, is gonna be in running in state in few seconds. So that's all. Like for this example, we have created 2 instances, and then we have created 2 Lambda functions to start the instances, and then we have created a CloudWatch rule to start the event. So which means we basically trigger the Lambda function using, let me show you this. So we're gonna trigger the Lambda function using CloudWatch events. So that's how it works. Okay, let me quickly show you the EC2 instance. So now it's become running state. Okay, that's everything. Now if I stop it, obviously the both will be running, so we have to delete either the rules or we have to delete the Lambda function. Otherwise this will be a looping activity. It will keep stopping and starting the another instance. So I'm gonna delete the role, select the role, action, then delete. And same way I'm gonna delete the other one too. That's all. So that's everything, guys. We can catch up in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.